What's going on? This is the best angle I could get. I'm heading off to the gym right now. I got the old dog with me, Gizmo. Just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys a little bit on my way. Talk about change. Change has been something that's really hard for me in my life. And I think that's one of the reasons why I ran to weed in the past, is because, I just didn't really want to deal with change. I think it's so rude that, you just get used to how everything's going, and then all of a sudden it just gets ripped out from underneath you and everything's different. And, you know, so I'd always heard about people saying that one of the best parts of life is making beautiful connections or having beautiful experiences and then letting them go, letting them pass, and taking the good for the good and leaving the rest behind. And I don't really recall any times in my life that I've really ever been able to do that, um, except for within these last about, let's see, October, November, December, January, February, last 5 months or so. I've asked God to help me learn the skills to be able to manage my own emotions going through change. And he definitely answered. You have to be careful what you ask for. In November, when I started this channel, I had spent my birthday completely alone, down in the dumps, depressed, lost what I thought was the love of my life. Well, I'd started the process of losing her. I didn't fully lose her until midway through December-ish. And so I had the same girl, same job, same routine, same boss, same everything. Smoking weed, same routine, all that stuff. Every day for probably the last 5 years. Some of those habits longer, but at least the girlfriend and the job and the boss and the routine. Got to roll the window up because it gets too much for the pup. So it started with the girl. The biggest change, well, actually, hold up. I had told myself after my birthday that I was going to try harder to get out and socialize. I was going to try harder on working on myself and, not blaming on my circumstances or the people around me for the reasons why, I'm feeling lonely. So I went out, I started going to soccer every week, volleyball every week, volleyball every week, 2 different things. And as you might know from my previous videos, I'm also on the traditional games team for the Kanaitse Indian tribe. Well, I did all that consistently for months, and I told myself, if I don't really make some meaningful connections, some new ones, then I should probably just go back home to Arizona. My whole family lives in Arizona. I'm the only one here in Alaska. Been here by myself for, these last 5 years. And yeah, I just decided I would go back and have that support of my family. And my older sister is my best friend, so it would just be nice. So my older sister visited me for a week or two, and after that, the girl, love of my life, she had told me that she'd met somebody new. So basically that was the end of that. And there was no real closure, no nothing. It was just that one night we talked to each other, and it was, hey, I met somebody new, and I just said thank you so much for everything, And that was it. I mean, we didn't talk, still haven't talked. Um, just a chapter completely closed. So when that chapter closed fully, I decided, yeah, it's time to move. And man, God was really showing me it's time for you to move. It's time, because shortly after that there was a bunch of drama at my job, and my boss, who I'd worked under her for the last 2 years, my favorite boss that I've ever had in my life, she got fired, and I had to take that on the chin and just roll with it. And allowing myself to sit in the change and realize that, like I said before, you can take the positive things from those experiences and leave the rest of the stuff in the past, or just keep some of the lessons, and you can move forward. And it's actually a good thing for these types of things to happen in your life. It's a good thing for things to be changing. If things are changing, that means you're growing. You know, if if things are changing in your life, then things are growing. That's how it's supposed to look. And so, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that. And so, yeah, I've got about a month left here in Alaska, and then I'll be heading down to Casa Grande, Arizona, back near my family. So I'm excited for that chapter. So everything I'm doing right now, the quitting weed, really continuing with the gym, having a good time. Just saw somebody to work with. It's a small town. Really on my diet, trying to save money, all that stuff. It's just kind of crunch time. And yeah, I've enjoyed my time here in Alaska, and I'm trying to take those positive memories with me and all the lessons that I learned, and continue that growth in Arizona. I have kind of always thought about, not always, when I had my girlfriend, I really thought I was going to marry her, and I was going to start a little family here and whatnot. But I originally made the choice to stay here as a way to prove that I'm not running. I'm not just running from my life. I'm not running from circumstances, going from place to place. That even if all my family left and I was the only one here, that I was just going to put some roots down, and I was going to build my own foundation. I was going to build my own way. I wanted to prove that to myself, because in my earlier 20s and late teens, I had moved from place to place, and some of that, I think, was running when things got hard. Stuff would be hard in my life, and I would just be like, okay, escape, 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 escape. And so I wanted to sit here and face all of those challenges of being alone, and facing myself and whatnot. So I did it. I'm proud of it. And yeah, here's the next chapter. I'm going to hit a push day. We've got chest and tries. I'll try to video some of it if I can. And yeah, hopefully get a good video. The other thing I wanted to address is that I haven't posted my 48 hours quitting weed video. And that's because every single time I've gotten to 48 hours since my 24 hours, I've taken an edible, or I've smoked a joint, or something like that. So that's part of my process. I've went to the doctors. In the meantime, I've went to the doctors. I've talked with my counselor. I've got a team of people helping me now. So hopefully tomorrow it'll be my real 48 hours without weed video, and I can actually do a true, authentic one, because I'm not going to come on here and lie to you guys. Yeah, here we go. Feeling good. Oh, I started a freelancing business. I got my first client today. It's been 2.5 weeks of people messaging me for my services with scams, not actually really wanting my services, turning them down respectfully, and then finally got my first real client today. So gonna hit the gym, gonna go home and work on that, and yeah, go from there. Oh, and there's one last thing that I wanted to add to about my move and change and all that. I'm actually getting rid of all of my stuff. I'm not going to take any furniture, no plants, no nothing. If it doesn't fit in a backpack and a suitcase, I'm probably not taking it. So it's going to be a true, full, love it for what it was, and start something new somewhere else. It's going to be a true one of those.
The best journey, man. Leveling up, making more money, losing weight, getting fit, becoming the best version of yourself is the fucking most awesomest journey you will ever go on. But it's a journey that you will probably go on by yourself. Most people will not understand.
The most dangerous person in the world is a man that is broken and alone.
A lot of times these fights and these battles, you gotta be your own fucking coach. You gotta be your own motivator.
Sometimes in life, people are not gonna be around you to motivate you. They're not gonna be around you to push you, to celebrate you, to applaud you. You gotta do it on your own. That's what I'm doing right now.
You had nobody anyway, motherfucker. Look around you. There was no fucking team. It was you. There was no weight loss program or mom and dad waking you up saying you can do it, you can be better, trying to build belief. You built belief when you had nothing. Rock bottom.
You have to be yourself. It doesn't matter if people like or not.
You have to look like a fool in the beginning in order to become a master later, and just get over yourself. Understand that nobody actually really cares. People are going to hate you regardless whether you're the best person or the worst person in the room. Just do your thing, make your money, level up, take care of your family, and live your life, bro.
You like me or you don't like me, it's part of the life. For me, it's not a problem.
I'm obsessed with finding myself now after and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself.
And create your own lane. So therefore, anytime you come across opportunities, you guys have the leverage in that deal.
It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals.
I don't need anyone. That's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can motivate me. I have a resume full of fucking motivation. That whenever I'm down, like, oh, hang on, motherfucker. Oh, you know the truth. You know the truth. You know the darkness of the fucking dungeons and the fucking demons that fly. You know. And then from there, it's like, okay, you were there. You know this. There was no one there to pick up the rucksack, to pick up the boat, to pick up the log, to go in there. It was you. It was you. There was no pat in the fucking back at 300, at 275, at 250, at 220. No, that was you. You against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. The problem is you. And you don't want to fix it. And it makes me so fucking mad. Every day I walk this earth and I see average all over the fucking place. And they want to ask me, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it.
To realize that you don't owe this world perfection, but you owe yourself persistence. You owe yourself that life.
Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you don't hear too much of that Love is Blind in the background. I've been watching it with my friend Abby. She'll turn it on at her house. Put it on at my house, and we watch it usually at 8 o'clock at night. So it's been a really good thing for me to replace smoking with at night, because from 7 p.m. on, those are the sensitive times where I'm just here by myself alone almost all the time, and my whole family's asleep because they're in Arizona, so the time difference that happens. So yeah, I'm here. I got a protein shake. I'm going to take some magnesium glycinate, however you pronounce that. These ones are 240 milligrams, I think you only really need 200 milligram ones because 400 milligrams a night is good. I thought I was taking 400 milligrams, but I'm actually only taking 240. So taking 240. And then I also take ashwagandha. This one has a lot more milligrams per servings than I would say you need. It's 1,300 milligrams. The KSM 66 is the most researched ashwagandha, but this also has somnifera. Which I guess they're both somnifera. I don't know, dude. All I know is the KSM 66 is the most researched one, but this one has both types. So take those at night to kind of help my brain start winding down and feel more peaceful. Magnesium helps with a ton of your body systems. Okay, what do I want to say about this? At the gym, I got incredibly. I'm slipping everywhere on this rug. I got incredibly emotional while I was on the treadmill because hold on, I'm gonna pause this actually. I'm not gonna pause it because then we'll be behind, but I'm gonna turn it down because I kind of want. I mean, I don't kind of. I do want this to be heard. By the time I got onto the treadmill, my lift was amazing. I really liked it. I look pretty soft because my diet has not been good for the last week, and that's actually kind of common when I'm trying to quit smoking weed. Is that uh, since you're low on that cheap, fast dopamine, food is a another fast way to get dopamine. So um, being in control, getting back in control of that is good. Having a week off or a bad diet, it's not gonna kill my goals at all. But yeah, the lift was amazing. When I got to the treadmill, I almost started crying a few times, and that's also another thing that happens. Excuse me, about 24 hours um, with no weed for me. And keep in mind, I have had a daily smoking weed habit for 12 years straight. So some people might not have the same experience as me, but start getting really emotional because I start feeling what real life is like, and I just was so grateful to be there working on myself and having gone through being alone, having no one to help me, uh, quitting the weed. I just was feeling so proud to be in my Uncle Broski era. That's what I'm calling it. My Uncle Broski era, because that's what my nieces and nephew call me. And that's kind of what it feels like. I'm moving into a new season of life. And in that season of life, there's going to be people in my family that are looking up to me. And growing up, I never had a positive male figure cheering me on or helping me or guiding me, uh, other than my grandpa. And I didn't get to spend as much time as I'd like with him. And he's passed away now. And both my grandpas on both sides are dead. Never met one of them, and my dad also is dead. And so I had my mom growing up, and she has worked very hard in her life to stay afloat, but she also has her own struggles and didn't really have a lot of love to share with me and my siblings. So it's really important to me to be that person in my nieces and nephews' lives, and hopefully, I pray to God, my own kids' lives someday, um, to show them how to get through hard stuff and to finally evolve in a way that they can see me and look up to me as a role model. I can actually help them to grow and guide them. And while I still think that they're going to need to go through a lot of painful things to really reach their full potential, uh, I think that you can grow so much more if someone who's already been through it can come to you and say, "Hey, this is going to hurt a lot, and I'm going to hurt through it with you. This is how we're going to do it together. You need this. It's going to make you better, and this is good. I'm here for you." And that's the type of person I want to be. So we're moving into the Uncle Broski season, and Uncle Broski is sober, consistent, intelligent with his money, and someone to look up to. So I don't know how long I'm going to be staying up tonight because I am not touching weed again. I know that. I am not touching weed again. And so, yeah, I'll probably just put around, do some chores, work on some stuff, and hope to fall asleep peacefully. And tomorrow I'll be back with my 48 hours no weed, finally. That's a pinky promise. If I break it, you can break my pinky. And yeah, have a good night. Thanks for listening to me. Just had to share this really quick. We got it all over my screen too. Always check the lid.